Hi, I hope everyone is doing well. In today's video, we'll be going through Pythagoras' theorem. Have a pen and paper ready. Make sure you stick around to the end of the video as there are some GCSE style questions for you to attempt. And if you want to find your way back to the channel, make sure to subscribe to stay up to date with everything related to your Maths GCSE. So let's get started. So what is Pythagoras' theorem? Pythagoras' theorem is a formula you can use to calculate the length of any of the sides on a right-angled triangle or the distance between 2 points. So here we have a right-angled triangle. Generally you'll see a small square to indicate that this is a right angle. The side opposite the right angle is always the longest. And this long side has a special name, and its name is called the hypotenuse. So the longest side, which is opposite the right angle, is called the hypotenuse. So Pythagoras' theorem has an easy formula for us to remember. It is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So here we have a right angled triangle. What we are saying that if we square the value of a and we square the value of b, it will equal c squared. Let's put some values here. We have 3, 4 and 5. So we are saying that 3 squared plus 4 squared is equal to 5 squared. Let's work this out. 3 squared is equal to 9. 4 squared is equal to 16. 5 squared is equal to 25. So 3 squared plus 4 squared equals 5 squared. So 9 plus 16 equals 25. When we have a Pythagoras theorem type question, we are either looking for the longest side or we are looking for a shorter side. So if you are looking for the longest side, which is called the hypotenuse, which is c in this example, what you would do is square it, add it, square root it. In the next few slides, I will explain this in detail. If we are looking for a shorter side, so if we are looking for a, or if we're looking for the value of b, what you would do is square it, subtract it, square root it. So if we are looking for the longest side, you will add. If you are looking for a shorter side, you will subtract. Okay, let's go through a few examples. We have this right angle triangle. We have 3 centimeters, 4 centimeters, and we are looking for the value of c. Because we are looking for the longest side, what you would do is square it, add it, square root it. What you should always do, or what I would suggest, is always start with the bigger number. So 4 is a bigger number, so we'll square 4 first of all. So we'll do 4 squared, which equals 16. Then we'll square the next number, which is 3. So 3 squared equals 9. Then we will add it. So we'll add these two numbers. 16 plus 9 equals 25. And the final step is square root it. So we'll square root this 25. C is equal to the square root of 25. C is equal to 5 centimeters. So the value of C in this example is 5 centimeters. Here is another example. We have 9.8 centimeters, we have 4.6 centimeters, and we are trying to work out the value of x. Again, what we will do, because we're looking for the longest side, is square it, add it, square root it. So as I mentioned previously, always start with the bigger number. So we'll do 9.8 squared, which equals to 96.04. Then we'll square the next number, so it's 4.6 squared, which equals to 21.26. What you would do is add it. So you would add these two numbers. So 96.04 plus 21.26. This gives us an answer of 117.3. The final step to work out the value of x is you will square root this answer. So you would do the square root of 117.3. X is equal to 10.830 and so on. Generally, you will tidy this up and put it to 1 decimal place. So the final answer is 10.8 centimeters to 1 decimal place. Here are a few more examples for us to attempt. We have 15 centimeters, we have 9 centimeters, and we are trying to work out the value of a. Now, a is a shorter side, so what you would do is square it, subtract it, square root it. As I mentioned previously, always start with the bigger number. So we do 15 squared, which equals 225. Then you will do 9 squared, which equals 81. Then you will subtract it. So you subtract these two numbers. So 225 minus 81 gives us 144. The final step to work out the value of a is square rooted. So we'll do the square root of 144. The square root of 144 you should know is 12. And remember to include the units. So a is equal to 12 centimeters. Here we have another example. We have 7 centimeters, we have 5 centimeters, and we are trying to work out the value of x. Again, x is a shorter side, so what you will do is square it, subtract it, square root it. Always start with the bigger number, so 7 squared equals 49. Then you will square the next number, which is 5, so 5 squared equals 25. You will subtract it, so you subtract these two numbers, so 49 minus 25 is equal to 24. The final step to work out the value of x is square root 24. So x is the square root of 24. X equals 4.89897 and so on. Again, generally you leave this to one decimal place. So the final answer is 4.9 centimeters to one decimal place. Here are two questions for you to attempt. What you are trying to do is work out the value of a. Pause the video, have a go, and we'll go through the answers on the next slide. Hopefully you had a chance to attempt the questions. Let's go through the answers. We have 4 centimeters, we have 6 centimeters. We are looking for the longest side. So the longest side, what we will do is square it, add it, square root it. And again, always start with the bigger number. We'll do 6 squared, which equals 36. Then we'll do 4 squared, which equals 16. Add them two together. 36 plus 16 equals 52. To work out the value of a, you will square root it. So a is equal to the square root of 52, which equals to 7.211 and so on. Once you tidy this up, a is equal to 7.2 centimeters to one decimal place. In this next example, we are looking for a shorter side. So because we are looking for a shorter side, what you would do is square it, subtract it, square root it. So 12.4 squared is equal to 153.76. You'll square the next number, so 5.2 squared is equal to 27.04. You subtract the two numbers, 153.76 minus 27.04 is equal to 126.72. To find the value of x, what you would do is you will square root it. So x is equal to the square root of 126.72. Once you tidy this up, x is equal to 11.3 centimeters to one decimal place. Here is much more of a worded question. Please pause the video, have a go, and we'll go through the answer on the next slide. Hopefully you had a chance to attempt the question. Let's go through the answer. A 13-foot ladder rests against the side of a house. The top of the ladder is 7 foot from the floor. How far is the base of the ladder from the house? So generally this is how it would look. We have the house. It says that a 13-foot ladder, so this is the 13-foot ladder, rests against the side of a house. It says the top of the ladder, so this point here is 7 foot from the floor. So this 13-foot ladder is 7 foot from the floor. How far is the base of the ladder from the house? So the base of the ladder is here. How far is this point to this point from the house? What you should realize is that this is a right angled triangle. We have the longer side and we have a shorter side, and we're trying to find the other shorter side. So what you would do is square it, subtract it, square root it. So let's do this. We'll do 13 squared, which equals 169. 7 squared is equal to 49. You'll subtract these two numbers, so 169 minus 49 is equal to 120. To work out the value of b, b is equal to the square root of 120. b is equal to 11.0 foot to one decimal place. Here is a summary page of what we have gone through today. We have gone through Pythagoras' theorem. We should know that Pythagoras' theorem is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. We should know how to look for a longer side. If we are looking for the longest side, you will add it. If you are looking for a shorter side, you will subtract. I hope you have been able to benefit from today's videos. If you do have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below and I'll answer accordingly. Please remember to share with friends and family who also may be able to benefit. Hopefully I'll see everyone safe and sound for the next one. And as always, take care of yourselves.